Yo, what's going on? This is the Streamer Survival Guide podcast, and I'm your host, Mr.WatchMeWork. In this podcast, I talk everything that I've learned within streaming, all the good things that I've learned, bad things that I've learned. That way your streaming journey can be that much easier and more pleasurable. On today's episode, we're talking engagement value. Without engagement value, people aren't going to stay and interact in your chat. I'm going to say that again for a little louder than for the people in the back. Without engagement value, people will not stay and interact in your chat. Now, engagement value, just to make it a little bit simpler, is also known as entertainment value. If you're not entertaining, people aren't going to stay. That's honestly why I say this streaming thing just necessarily isn't for everybody, because if not everyone's entertaining, not everybody knows how to be entertaining. Now, you can take classes, learn how to be entertaining, this and that. But if you're just not entertaining, you're just sitting there playing the game, no one's going to stick around and hang out with you. It's one thing for me to tell you that you can't just do this or do that. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to help you actually grow engagement value, be a little bit more entertaining for your community. That way they're interacting a little bit more with you, the streamer. Now, entertainment value and engagement value also goes into play when it comes to content as well. And I'll talk about different ways to increase your engagement value or your entertainment value overall within your content, which is a little bit different than within streaming. Few things and few ways of increasing your engagement value within your stream or your entertainment value is simply creating channel points. Creating channel points for your community to use, whether that's to troll you or that sounds that they think is funny, ways to show like appreciation. One of my favorite channel points, actually two of my favorite channel points, Blue Thunder has. One of them says, "Blue, you're my boy. Thank you, sir." You know, from old school. And his other one is, "That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT." Those are just great channel points that the community loves to like hash out and like share because, you know, they're funny. Two, without even trying to be, it's kind of personal to him. And "Blue, you're my boy. Thank you, sir." Like that's like unique to just him and, you know, his community. So finding channel points that work with your community and that kind of like make you stand out are great. I have a channel point personally that gets you a free Watch Me Work sticker. If you hang out in chat, you don't even have to speak. If you hang out in chat and kick it enough to get 10,000 channel points, I'm going to send a sticker your way. I'm going to actually just mail one out to you. You know, that's another way to just keep people engaged within your streams and keeping them, you know, not even necessarily engaged, but keeping them watching, because those channel points add up just based off your watch hours. And if you start messaging and typing, your channel points go up and you occur them a little bit faster. Other ways to increase your engagement value within your streaming content or your entertainment value. Tell stories. Tell stories about how your day was. Tell stories about something that you went through back in college or, you know, 20, 30 years ago or whatever it was, you know. Tell stories. Once you become a storyteller, people really start getting engaged and really feel like they're a part of you and get to know you a little bit more just based off a story that you told. It ain't even got to be real. It doesn't have to be a real story. Now, that does kind of that takes away from your how genuine you are. But at the same time, it doesn't have to be a real story. It could be a story that, you know, you might be writing comedy and you're like, this is actually kind of funny. Let me test it out on my community, see how it goes. Boom, go from there. You could tell stories about how when you were a kid, just tell stories about anything. People love stories. And when the more stories you tell, the better you get at storytelling. And when you get really good at storytelling, people again engage. People love to, dang, this happened to me, or man, I might would have done this a little bit differently. Getting to a point where you can actually just sit there and tell stories to your community is an absolute amazing feeling. And again, it's going to drive your engagement and your entertainment value. It's going to drive it up. It's going to make it go up. Other ways to increase your engagement value within your streams, make people feel welcome. For me personally, whenever first time chatters come in, I like to give them a shout out. I know a lot of people don't like to just spread shout outs across the board, but it's your first time here and you chose me. I'm going to shout you out. Thank you. I appreciate you stopping by because you didn't have to stop by. You could have been somewhere else. You know, you could have been hanging out with any other streamer, but you chose to at least stop by and say, "Hey, what's up? I've seen you on this. I just wanted to stop in, show some love." Yo, appreciate that. You get a shout out. Making people feel welcome with a shout out or making people feel welcome in general, it's just acknowledgement. People love being acknowledged. The people that are lurkers and want to sit in the back, they might not want to be acknowledged, but that's also why they're lurkers. People that come in and actually say something to you, they genuinely want to engage with you. So be thankful. Just literally be thankful and welcome them in. Because again, they could have been anywhere. Like I said, shout outs are a great way of kind of showing that appreciation, making people feel welcome. If somebody comes in and drops 20 bombs on you, 20 gifted subs, and you don't say anything back or you don't say thank you, that's part of welcoming. You gotta be thankful. You gotta welcome people. You gotta make it feel like a home. Within my community, we like to roast a little bit. We like to clown on each other and kind of joke around. And honestly, what that's done is it makes it to where other people that might see us kind of joking around, they want to jump into that person's community and be like, dang, why, how are they this close? I want a part of that. I want to be a piece of that. Make it feel welcome. Everybody's going to be unique. Everybody's going to be different. And once you start building rapport with these people, crack jokes. I treat all my community like my real friends. You know, if you've been in my community for a while and you have a VIP badge, I'm going to treat you like one of the homies at the crib. We going to chop it up. I'm going to talk to y'all maybe a little bit differently than how I talk to chat because it's going to be a little bit more honest, a little bit more brutal. But at the end of the day, it's about building that engagement and talking to each other, being entertaining. And shout outs, honestly, different ways of doing shout outs like Pixel Chat, or I use the Firebot shout out. Those are two examples of just increasing engagement value, increasing your entertainment value. Probably the biggest way to increase your engagement value across the board and your entertainment value is to continually talk throughout your stream. That's hard. I understand. I know it's hard. I've talked about it before. There's streamers out there that say, you know, talk to an inanimate object on your desk, tell it stories. That way you get comfortable being in front of a camera. Just talk about anything and everything. No one wants to sit there and watch a lump on a log. So you got to be engaging. You got to be talking because you never know. You might be talking about one thing and someone's like, yo, I've dealt with that or at this point and then here and there. And now you're having a full blown conversation. And who knows, that person might even turn out to be a friend later on because of something that you just randomly decided, hey, I'm going to just talk about this and see how it goes. Talking is probably the hardest thing to do as a streamer. Just continually talk. But what'll end up happening is in the back of your mind, when you're not talking, you'll be like, damn, I haven't said anything. Okay, I need to come up with something. I've seen a content creator, I'm Pastor Gaines, say, have like a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or Gatorade or G Fuel, whatever you're drinking, have something like that sit next to you. That way, when you run out of things to talk about, you can take a sip and kind of re-jog your memory and be like, okay, cool, I can bring this back up, or whatever. The easiest way to keep talking is to practice it. Nobody's in your stream, practice it. If there's 30 people in your stream, keep practicing it. You know, you have to get to a point where you're just continually talking, whether that's talking about the game, you know, Dad, the gamer, he'll just talk about the game. If he has nothing like to interject with like what people are talking about in the stream or something like that, he'll just start talking, okay, chat, I'm going over here, I'm going to go do this. And then boom, now he gets rickrolled because chat's now paying attention to, oh, he's about to get a kill. Let me troll him a little bit. It's all about talking. It's about keeping the people you're watching or the people watching you, keeping them engaged into your community, into what you're doing, into the game. Anybody can sit down and play the game. Can you make it entertaining? Can you make it engaging for the viewer? The last two ways I'm gonna mention as far as keeping your engagement value for your streams and making that grow and growing your engagement value or your entertainment value, have a community night. Community nights are absolutely amazing. People love getting together, whether that's like a competition and there's like a giveaway at the end, or just seeing who's better at the game or whatever you have to do with your community. Only you know your community, so you're gonna know what's gonna work best for your community. And community nights are a great way to bring everybody together, get people engaged, get people talking. Now, they might not talk while they're in the game, but it's nothing like a Fall Guys tournament where you have people, everybody joining in, and then they hop back in the chat to talk shit to everybody else. Like that, to me, that's great. I love competitiveness and bringing that to your communities and letting them be competitive against you, against everyone else within your community is absolutely amazing way to increase that engagement value and then again increase that entertainment value. Now, the last thing I want to mention is giveaways. Giveaways, I do not recommend doing giveaways literally all the time. There was a point where I was doing giveaways literally every single month, and while I was hitting these goals, I was doing giveaways for like little stuff. I don't mind doing giveaways, but another issue with like doing giveaways all the time, people just come in just for the giveaway. People will come in and only want to like hang out for however long you're doing the giveaway because you're doing a giveaway. It was a hard pill to swallow because I was losing things that I wanted to give back to my community to people that I've never seen again. 85% of the people that have won giveaways in my community, I have not seen again. Now, the other 15 to 25, depending on like ratios or whatever, the other people that have won giveaways that have been part of my community stick around. I still hang out with them. I still talk to them. And they're still a part of my community. And that's what giveaways is about. Giving back to the people that actually give their time to you. That's when it's best to do giveaways. It's hard. It's hard Doing giveaways is going to be hard because you're going to feel used. People are going to come in and just leave and not show up. It's a part of it, but there's ways to make those giveaways more exclusive, making channel point and make it to where like you have to have some sort of channel points to enter, watch time. I don't know. There's a bunch of ways. There's a bunch of ways to make it a little bit more exclusive to those members. I stopped announcing giveaways. I don't put that I'm doing a giveaway in my stream title. I don't do it because people just come in. Oh, I'm here for the giveaway. You're a first time chatter, bud. You're a first time chatter, bucko. And you want to come in here and try to win a giveaway that I'm giving away to my community? Nah. You take that somewhere else, partner. Don't do that around here. Giveaways are fun. I do love giving back to my community because at the end of the day, they're giving to me. So I love being able to give back to them. Just figure out a way that works best for you to make it more exclusive. That way people aren't just all the time jumping in saying, hey, I'm here for the giveaway, and you never see them. That's going to be everything as far as at least that I've learned over the past year within streaming on increasing engagement value. Oh, hold on. I got a couple other things. Voiceovers. You can use your voiceovers. A voiceover for like when people come in, or a voiceover that's activated by like a channel point. That is a great way of overall increasing engagement value. Something I'm going to start incorporating here is I'm going to set up on voice mod a kind of announcer voice. That way when people come in, it's like, yo, well, we got so-and-so into the agency family. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get hype. I'm trying to get lit with it. That announcer, like that deep welcome, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I want to do for people, new people that come in and show their love and show their support to me. You know, doing a voice changer that allows a little bit more emphasis. You can do something like I've seen Blue Thunder do, where he has camera effects. So like when he's getting turned at the beginning of his streams, it's da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just it's going ham and the screens pulsating and going with it. His lights are going at it and whatnot. Like it's a great time. Amazing intro. I love watching it every single time. Little stuff like that. It keeps people engaged because, okay, now they're hyped. Damn, I ain't never seen nothing like this before. Boom, let's get hyped with them. Let's drop some emotes. It's emote only chat. Let's engage with this streamer because that's lit. A-Dubs does it really well too, where he has a hype channel point where now the whole screen goes hype, like, bro, you can do a bunch of different things to engage and keep your people talking. And another one, just keeping your energy up. Now, I don't mean force your energy. If you're tired or you're going through something, tell chat, hey, today's just not my day. I'll be back tomorrow. Boom, go on and do what you need to do. Chat's gonna understand. Your real community is gonna understand if you need to take time, take a moment. But those days where you're on, like I have days where I'm just, you know what I'm saying? So I keep that up all freaking stream. Don't get me wrong. After the end of the stream, I'm freaking tired. I'm tired and I want to take a nap. But while I'm in that moment, keep that energy high. People don't want to watch a lump on a log playing the game. People want to be entertained and enjoy themselves whenever they're in your chat. Keep that energy, baby. Keep running with it. That's the best way to keep engagement and drive entertainment value through your streams. Just to recap over everything, we talked about having channel points. We talked about keeping your energy up. We talked about doing shout outs and being thankful and welcoming and saying thank you to those people within your community. We've also talked about having pre-written topics, telling stories, doing community nights, as well as giveaways. Now, those are all going to be ways to increase your engagement value and your entertainment value within your streams. Now, let's shift over to content, because when it comes down to engagement value within your content, it's a little bit different. In your content, to be engaging and to draw those people in, you gotta have a fire hook. I see too many streams and too many people, I see too many pieces of content, clips and things like that, where people are posting either just the raw clip and letting it run, or they are putting some sort of like voice over text to speech overlay or whatever at the beginning of it. That's not enough. You have to have some sort of hook that is capturing your crowd and making them like, okay, what's about to happen next? That is going to be like the biggest way to increase your engagement value within your content, is having a fire hook that draws people in. Other ways to increase your engagement value within your content is making sure it's interesting. Cutting out all the dead space. Like if you're posting Call of Duty clips like I do, cutting out that dead space where you're just like running around, reloading, plating up or whatever, cut that shit out. Don't fast forward it, cut it out, because it's not necessary. No one wants that. Like cut all that out. It's not necessary. throw it out the window. Just, it's not, you don't need it. So like the dead space in your videos is just simply, it's just not entertaining. Cut it out. Make sure that the highlights of the video that you're posting coincide with that hook that you created. It might even be a little clickbaity. That's okay. Make it make sense within your content to where, boom, let's say if I'm doing, let's say I did the nuke. I dropped a nuke in shipment, right? I'm not going to show you what happened in between every single kill. I'm just going to show you every single kill, point blank, period. Unless like I almost died or something like that. Cool. For the most part, cut out the dead space, post the parts of the video that matter. Sniping videos shouldn't be longer than 10 seconds. Enough for your hook and enough for the video. That's it. If you're just posting one snipe or something like that, or a trick shot or something like that, 10 seconds. Now string them together. Make them make sense. Another way of increasing engagement value within your content is adding music and making the content within the video match with the music. And now you're telling a story. And again, we're going back to storytelling. You have to be able to tell a beautiful story, be able to paint a picture to be decent at this content creation or this streaming thing. Like I said, within that content, clip out that dead space, tell a story, put in the most important pieces of that video into the content, clip out all the extra stuff out. Now, if you're funny, to increase some engagement value within your videos, do a voiceover. Try a voiceover out. Try to do something a little bit differently than what other people have done. The homie Tuli Wick, just tear it off. I know you, if you've been on TikTok around last year, around this time, and you was playing Rebirth Island, you know, tear it off. You know that. You know that. You have to, and nobody else was doing like one-liners like that. And then he started remixing on the R&B. Like he was remixing R&B videos and talking about tear it off in the videos. So like, if you're funny and you can be creative like that, that's another way of increasing engagement values. And you can also do things like meme posting. I've had a couple videos where I was running with one of the teammates and he was ran off by himself. And I said, hey bro, how many people was over there on you? I was like, is there 2, 3 of them? He's like, nah, there's 6. I said 6. Boom, threw in a minute. What did he say? Threw in that meme right there in the middle. And then at the end it was like, hell no. No. You know what I mean? So you just gotta tell a story. And when you're getting good at telling the story, however you decide to tell it, that's when that engagement value of those videos, boom, it's gonna skyrocket. If you're doing an editing video, that hook is crucial, and it has to be a hook that like no one's used. That makes sense. If you use a hook that's been used before, people are gonna recognize it. And it's not gonna resonate. They're not gonna watch the rest. They're gonna be like, oh, okay, another creator did this, unless they liked it. If they like what that other creator did, boom, okay, cool. But then now you have to live up to a level of another creator because another creator did it. If you can come up with the unique hook that is unique to you and whatever you're doing, man, the sky's the limit. Another piece when it comes down to increasing your engagement value, entertainment value within your content, you got to know how to edit. I've mentioned it once. I mentioned it before. You have to learn how to edit. If you don't, it's not going to look good. The clip where you're cutting things is not going to flow right. It's just not going to be an overall beautiful presentation because it wasn't edited beautifully. It's just plain and simple. You have to know how to edit in a way that increases your entertainment value. It increases that engagement value. That way people engage with that piece of content. They talk to that content. You know, they're like, oh, I want to comment on this because he said this. But you want to know a secret? If you really want to create content that people will engage with, say something wrong. Say something blatantly freaking wrong and watch how many people hop in the comments and watch how many people hop in your comments and they're like, dang, you said this, this, and this. This isn't right. This isn't right, bro. If you really want to increase your engagement, say something that's blatantly wrong and watch how many people correct you. But yeah, so I think that is overall, I think that's going to be it for today's episode. Again, it's going to be today's episode was over engagement value, making sure that you have overall engagement value within your streams and your content. That way you can grow and make it to wherever you want to make it to. That's going to be it for tonight. I'm your host, Mr. Watch Me Work, and this is the Streamer Survival Guide podcast. If you'd like to catch me on my socials, my Twitch is Mr.WatchMeWork. On Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, I am Mr.WatchMeWork TV. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Greatly appreciate it. We're on our way to 50 subscribers. And if you're watching this or listening to this on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, 5 stars would be greatly appreciated. I'm gonna catch y'all next week. I'm gonna wrap everything up. If you've noticed, we got a little trend going within the last couple of weeks where I'm talking engagement value. And then that last week, we talked about production value. So I got one more tip and I'm gonna bring it all together. And yeah, I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Peace.